It's about that time of year, baby. It's time to start my NFL divisional previews, and I'm starting with the Super Bowl champions out there in the AFC West. This is Gridiron Nation, y'all, and we're talking UFL Championship and Nathan's Hot Dogs. Yeah, that's right. It's time to get it on, baby. Let's roll.
Gridiron Nation. Come on. It's time I get in the game, forget the money and fame. Stay ready, making sure that they remember my name. I got a hunger inside when the...
Yeah. What is up, everybody out there in the podcast world? Everybody watching on Fuel. Everybody watching me on YouTube. What is up, baby? Welcome to Gridiron Nation Podcast. This is episode, what are we, 108? That's like once I got past 100, I'm like, I don't remember. 108, baby. What is up, everybody? Thank you. Thank you for joining me this week on another week of Gridiron Nation Podcast. I am your host, Gabriel, the Wicked One, Garcia. Yeah, that's right. And this is the podcast that is made for the average hardcore football fan by the average hardcore football fan. Y'all already understand that's exactly what I am. What is up, familia? Hope you guys are out there feeling good, living well, and definitely living blessed. I'm chilling up in my studio right now. Got the AC going. I had to leave this thing on, y'all, for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes before I was able to come in here, be comfortable, chill, and get ready to do the show, man, because it's too damn hot out there. We're hitting over 100 degrees, y'all, over a week now. Probably about the last 2 weeks, I think. Man, it could be worse, man. We could be out there in Phoenix over with my brother, man. No, y'all can keep that heat, okay? I'll stay over here in our more comfortable 103-degree weather. Man, this is some BS, y'all. Mother Nature, you're tripping. But here I am. Up in the AC, man, and hope you guys are doing all right, man. Having a good week so far. Good start to your week. For me, I'm good. Had a good start to my week, man. Everything's cool at work, you know. Had a good Father's Day, y'all. By the way, happy Father's Day to all my fellow daddies out there, man. Y'all got to understand that sometimes we don't feel appreciated, okay? If you're not a dad, sometimes you don't understand whatever. You know, we always try, at least for my part, I always try to make Betsy feel appreciated all year round. You know what I mean? And sometimes as dads, though, we tend not to. And I don't. Luckily, Betsy does a good job of making me feel appreciated. And I know sometimes, though, there's dads out there that don't. Man, so I'm here to tell you that y'all are appreciated. And y'all don't forget, man, you stay courageous. You know what I mean? You always keep your head up. Make sure you're always staying up in your kids' lives, man. And, you know, just keep doing you, man. Keep doing you. Keep pushing forward. I know it's hard sometimes. Fellow dads out there, I know sometimes it is hard, man. It's easy just to lose it sometimes, man, and just come down on yourself. But don't do that, man. You are appreciated. You are needed. And most importantly, you are important. Okay? You guys are needed, man, in your kids' lives. So much respect to each and every one of you. And if your kids are already grown, then, you know, happy Father's Day. You done did your duty, you know what I mean? And you deserve to celebrate. I hope y'all had a good and safe Father's Day. I did, man. It was cool. We got up and we went and did our thing at church. And after church, we went to go eat, man. Went to a little spot out here called Luna Rosa out here. It's good place, man. You know, Adriana wanted to go out there. It was her you know, she's a new mama. So Jesse, you know, her that is her boyfriend. He's a new daddy. So she said, well, he wants to go over there. And I'm like, you know what? All right, cool. I'm down. Let's go. And we went, and it was good, and it was delicious. And then we came home, chilled for a while. All right, had to enjoy the baby for a little bit. And then it was back here in the studio, man. I was able to come up in the studio, watch the UFL Championship. You know, it wasn't even a game. I ain't even going to call it a game. And I'll get to it here in a minute. But after that, I was able to chill in here, have a couple beers, and then relax for a little while after the game. After I saw that the game wasn't a game anymore, we went in, went and did our thing at Kalichi's, got a little something sweet to eat, stopped at the store, came back home, and it was time to watch TV and just chill, get ready for the work day to yesterday. And so now here we are. Here we are, chilling past Father's Day. But once again, a happy late Father's Day to all of you fellow daddies out there, man. It's much respect to each and every one of you. And I hope you guys had a good one and a safe one and a happy one and a memorable one. All right, man. Some people like to chill with the kids. Other dads like to just kind of do their own thing, whether it's chilling in the man cave, sitting on the couch, watching TV, whatever it is, whatever you did, happy Father's Day. So now, also real quick, y'all, I have to get to this R.I.P. to Tejano legend Johnny Canales. A lot of you may not know who this man is, and that's okay. I'm going to tell you, break it down for you. This man is like it was kind of iconic in my childhood, okay? He was putting Tejano music on TV when most people weren't. I mean, I don't know if anybody was doing it at the time. I was kind of young at the time. I remember being a kid, and it was getting a big thing that my dad's band was going to be on his show. So it was like a real big deal. I was real young, though, when his show was, like, really big down here in the Southwest, and he would feature a lot of Tejano bands from Texas, some from New Mexico. It was awesome, man, because he was giving these bands an outlet to showcase themselves, and it was so dope. And I remember everybody, like, his tagline. He'd be introducing the band. They always ended it with, "Orale, take it away." And the band would start dropping their thing. You hear the 1, 2, 3, let's go. So, "Orale, take it away" was always his big thing, man. But much respect to Johnny Canales, passed away at the age of 77 in Corpus Christi. I did not see any report of the cause of death. But definitely, I'm sure, the prayers for his family and for those that he leaves behind, man. But he leaves a hell of a legacy that helped mold what the Tejano music would eventually become later in the late 80s and into the 90s, man, when it got really big. So a lot of that was due to what this man was doing, back in the 80s, man. So much respect to Tejano legend Johnny Canales. May you rest in peace, sir. So now, we got to get into some fun talk, y'all. Well, I want to talk about hot dogs, okay? Yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, you got to wait to see when it pops up. This segment is titled The Weenie Chronicles. The Weenie Chronicles, because it is based around Nathan's Hot Dog and their annual 4th of July hot dog eating contest. Yes, Joey Chestnut. Some of you may know who he is, or maybe you've read the news. Maybe you don't know who he is. But this is the dude that, like, every single year he wins this thing. This disgusting ass freaking contest. Like, I love hot dogs, y'all, but I cannot watch this thing on the 4th of July because it disgusts me. People don't even enjoy. They don't enjoy a hot dog. And this contest, to me, okay, it's a slap in the face to the good old Americana hot dog, okay? Because it's meant to be enjoyed, not to be inhaled. Bro, these fools are like inhaling, man, like freaking swallowing like 70 weenies in one 4th of July. Okay, that didn't sound right. 70 hot dogs. I mean, come on, man. Like I love hot dogs, y'all. Like all beef, damn. See, I'm good. Like I like a chili dog, all right? But maybe some cheese on it too, a little bit of mustard. But my favorite, very simple, and it's very American. It's just, you give me the bun, you give me my all beef hot dog, and you throw some mustard on that piece. Boom, I'm good. Give me a couple of those and a bag of chips, and I'm good, baby. That's all you need. But it's got to be that all beef, because you can taste the difference. You can taste the difference when you got them hot dogs that, like the Peyton's ones that it says on there, made with pork, beef, and then chicken and like something else. And you're like, that's not a hot dog. And I remember as a kid, I used to eat those hot dogs. That's all mom could afford. It was all good. I didn't know the difference. When I got older, though, I was able to start buying beef hot dogs. Oh, man, I was like, oh, my God, what have I been missing all my life? A beef hot dog. you can taste the difference, especially when you eat them all the time. And then you try to eat one of them other ones and you're like, no, get that crap away from me. Give me an all beef hot dog, baby, with a little bit of mustard on it, and I'm good. Now, this competition, okay, it's been being won by this dude, Joey Chestnut. I think there was like one time he's won it every year since 2016. And even before then, I think he lost it like the year before. He was, somebody ate more weenies than he did. And he lost. And then, but before that, when he joined in 2007, he was winning every year. So this dude has dominated this hot dog eating competition, man. This dude eats more hot dogs in one sitting. I don't know if I want to say the night. I'll probably say the night eating one summer. Okay, because I eat a lot of hot dogs during the year. But I can't do it like this, man. I couldn't be in one of these nasty-ass contests. You ever watch this damn crap? Like these fools got their water there, and they're dipping it, man, in the water so that it just goes down because they're swallowing these damn things whole. Man, y'all don't see nothing wrong with this. It's disgusting, man. I don't know how y'all can sit there and watch this crap. For real. For real. And then ESPN's there in it like it's some kind of athletic competition. It's disgusting, man. But anyways, so Joey Chestnut, who's been the guy who's been winning this thing every single year, he has now been banned by Nathan's Hot Dogs because of the fact that he is signed now to be like the face or representative of a company called Impossible Foods, and like it's like a plant-based hot dog that they make, and plant-based meats, and that stuff that ain't real meat. No, give me some meat-based plants, and then I'll listen. I ain't doing no. It's not meat. Why they say plant-based meat? Don't call it meat. That's all I'm saying. Okay, but apparently, he like this whole competition, y'all. It's been a tradition in Coney Island since 1916. A lot of history behind it. Okay, so it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Now, this dude, okay, Joey Chestnut, 2021, 76 hot dogs, y'all. Last year, I think it was like 62. So he's slipping. Okay, maybe he's past his prime. I don't know. But they decide that the company that puts this whole thing, organizes it. It's actually, now this is I did not know this was a legit entity until I did my research. Major League Eating, the MLE. Wow. This has to be an American thing, yo. Major League Eating, this has to be an American-based entity. Because only in America will we be like, yeah, we're going to have an eating competition and everybody's going to watch it because it's the major leagues, baby. Like, how do you plan for this? How do you train to get, do you aspire for this shit? If you're a kid, how many kids be sitting there like, man, every 4th of July watching this thing and they're like, man, one day, that's what I want to do, Dad, Mom, that's what I want to do. Mom, I'm going to buy you a house one day because I'm going to be in the majors. I'm going to eat my way into Major League, okay? Into the Major League Eating. How do you aspire for something like that? So this has to be an American-based thing. I don't know if it is. Probably should have done my homework, but if somebody knows, let me know because this is new to me, all right? But so apparently this dude had all kinds of demands that they were always catering to, and then once they found out that he was going to be representing another kind of hot dog company, they said, all right, that's it. No. And with the way they worded it, this is freaking hilarious to me. I'm sorry. It's freaking hilarious. All right. The quote, I'm going to quote, this is a quote from Major League Eating's representatives. It says, MLE and Nathan's went to great lengths in recent months to accommodate Joey and his management team, agreeing to the appearance fee and allowing Joey to compete in a rival unbranded hot dog eating contest on Labor Day. Says for nearly 2 decades, we've worked under the same basic hot dog exclusivity provisions. However, it seems that Joey and his managers have prioritized a new partnership with a different brand over our long-term relationship. Say Joey Chestnut is an American hero. Stop it! Damn, man. American hero. I can't, man. And they go on to say, we would love nothing more than to have him at the nation's famous international hot dog eating contest. We hope he returns when he is not representing a rival brand. But then they go on to like compare him to like being the Michael Jordan of Major League Eating. You can't make this shit up. I mean, I guess you can. Like, I know what I'm telling you now sounds like something that's being reported by the Onion News, right? But this is legit, y'all. I ain't even playing right now. And we're calling it the Weenie Chronicles because apparently this is a very big deal. Very big deal. And people are all up in arms about it. Joey Chestnut. But I mean, y'all gonna understand. I do get this though. Because it would be like, okay, I'm trying to think of an example. Okay, let's say, like, okay, we talked about Michael Jordan. They said Michael Jordan. What if he was like, okay, when he was being sponsored by Nike, and he decided to say, okay, you know what though? I know I'm being sponsored by Nike, but I'm also going to go do some commercials for Reebok. Breach of contract, which is the same thing that happened here. All right, so I'm sorry. I know I'm not trying to say he's athletic, and I'm not comparing him to Michael Jordan. That's the best damn situation that can come up off the top of my head. All right? So this dude will not be eating weenies for Nathan's hot dog eating competition on the 4th of July. So there will be a new weenie eating, swallowing, inhaling champion. And I don't know if y'all will be watching, but I will not because I can't watch it. It's just disgusting, and it's insulting to the American hot dog lover, in my opinion. All right, so y'all hit me up on the social media. Let me know what you think about what's going on with this. Are you up in arms about it? Are you like, let him compete, Nathans? Let him compete. Or you all like, damn you, Joey, damn you. You blew it, bro. Or y'all just like me. Man, just give me a hot dog and turn that crap off. Okay, get me one off the grill and I'm good. Holla at you, boy. Y'all get at me. It is time to jump into some football. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's time to get into the UFL Championship. Ass whooping that it was. We ain't going to linger on this because there is nothing to linger on. This was not a game. Okay, the Brahmas shouldn't even, I mean, they probably would, if they didn't show up, they might have scored more points. That's how bad it was. And that's too bad because their defense started off strong, y'all. Defense started off strong. Birmingham, though, they went on to win 25-0, and I had to put the double zeros there on the little graphic. Okay, Brahmas, because I was rooting for y'all. And what happened? Y'all blew it. You showed that you did not belong. You showed that the lights were too bright for you guys. That's what you showed. The defense came on in that first quarter. Hell, most of the second quarter, too. But I said it all year long. If you guys listened to Hellraiser's podcast this year, or you might have heard me say it here on GNP, is that I never did believe in the Brahmas offense. I never thought they had a scary offense this year. I thought their defense kept them in games. They had game managers at quarterback that could make a play when they had to, and their run game got it done. Okay, well, Chase Garbers was out there playing scared, first of all. The dude goes and runs. You're on a third down, and you're running for a first down. The dude slid 1 yard before the freaking marker. First of all, you got to know where you're at. I heard somebody talking about, well, I think there's rumor that he's got some NFL looks. I don't know who's looking at this dude because all year long, I haven't seen anything from him. If I'm an NFL scout, then I'm like, oh, yeah, we need to take a look at that dude. So, no, don't give me that crap. He was protecting himself. This is the championship game. You really want to impress scouts? What do? You ball out. You ball out. You don't play scared. So Chase Garbers, nah. Not a championship quarterback, obviously. But I got to give it up to the Stallions, man. Defensive ball game that first quarter and a half, except their defense never let up. Okay, I don't want to say the Brahmas defense let up. What actually happened is and this is why I actually named, when we did the United Football Media poll vote, I actually named Skip Holtz as my head coach of the year. Everybody had, Wade Phillips, they had other people, Mike Nolan. I had Skip Holtz. And now everybody's like, oh, damn, he should have been the coach of the year. Yeah, well, whatever. Y'all don't want to listen to me. But check it out. If you watch this game, I'm sitting in here and I'm working on some music and I got the game going on, having my beer on a nice Father's Day. And as I'm watching, I'm seeing what he's starting to do, man. He figured that defense out. He found some holes. They started doing some little out routes. You know, he started doing some halfback passes up in the flat. The running game started going. He started getting them some openings, man. Skip Holtz made his adjustments, and he did not stop. He was calling the plays, the offense. And he made his adjustments. He got it done, man. So Skip Holtz, in my opinion, is the UFL's best coach. Okay, I will say that, as much as I do not like the Philadelphia Stallions, or at least their fans. But I really feel like he's the reason that they won this game. Now, don't get me wrong, the players obviously got to get out there and execute, and they did. But he made the necessary adjustments. And shout out to their defense, man. Their defense was just balling out. They were like, don't worry, we're going to hold it down until y'all get it right on offense. And then, boom, let's roll to another championship. That's exactly what the Stallions did. Adrian Martinez was the MVP. Nothing too impressive. I mean, he did run a lot, but he was 13 to 23 for 98 yards and 1 touchdown. That was it. He did get pulled at some point, okay? But still, he didn't have to be. When your defense is playing shutout football, all you got to do is not make mistakes. You know what I mean? But Ricky Person, he 13 attempts for 102 yards. The dude was running his ass off and broke some big ones. Whereas on the other side, man, Chase Garbers, 18 to 26, 115 yards, no touchdowns. K. McFarland, I told y'all he had to have a big game. I thought he would, but he didn't. 9 attempts for 32 yards. I was questioning a lot of play calling here. Wade Phillips was outcoached. So y'all don't give me this whole he should have been coach of the year nonsense. Brahmas, okay? He was outcoached. The lights were way too bright for you guys. It was. And this was not, I told y'all that this was going to be a different Stallions team. It was possible. I thought that the defense would play the way the Stallions did, though, for the Brahmas, and that we'd have a low-scoring game. But shout out to my primo Nick, man. Nick, he told me, I put the little post out, and if you didn't see it on Facebook, then it's because you're not allowing the algorithm. That shows me you're not liking on the stuff. You're just scrolling by to where you don't see it no more, and y'all stop hating, man. Come on. Support your boy. I need more support on social media. But I did put a thing up there, and it was talking about the prediction. And I said, I was predicting what I did last week with the Brahmas to win it in a 20 to 15 low scoring defensive game. Nick goes on and he's like, nah, man. He says Stallions will go win by 21. And I even like, what? Damn, Primo, really? Like that? You really think that? He's like, oh yeah. I've been watching the Brahmas. He said they're gonna get their asses handed to them. And they did. So shout out to my primo Nick, man. You called that. You did call that, man. Now, so Stallions now are like they're calling them, they're trying to do what they can to make this a big deal. So the UFL is calling them the first dynasty in spring football. Well, there hasn't been a lot of time to create another dynasty. So I don't know, but they're not the only champions in spring football over the last 3 years. Just remember that. That's all I'm saying. Renegades, baby, we're coming back next year. But hell, even the Renegades weren't even in this game, and I think even they scored more points than the damn Brahmas did, if I'm being real. So hope you guys enjoyed at least what you watched of the game. I did. I enjoyed that first half because it was a defensive struggle, man. And then that second half, it just started. You just started seeing that offense just getting it going, man. Skip Holtz was calling the game in that second half. He called a beautiful game in the second half. So much respect to those damn Philadelphia Stallions. Straight up, though. Real talk. Much respect to the Birmingham Stallions, man. This is the squad that they are the evil empire now in spring football. They had the biggest target on their back going into this first UFL season. It's going to be the same next year. How many players come, how many go, it don't matter. It seems like Skip Holtz can win with any quarterback. He's won 3 championships with 3 different quarterbacks, y'all. It's got to say something. There's got to be an NFL team with Skip Holtz on their radar as well. That's big. That's big. That after this season, there's going to be coaches on the hot seat this year in the NFL. And Skip Holtz could be a name that pops up, man. So y'all stay posted on that, man, over the next year. But that's the way it went down, 25-0. Birmingham Stallions are the 2024 and the first UFL champions, man. So much respect. Hey, for those of you watching on Fuel, I'm about to hit a break right quick, y'all. So do not go nowhere. All right, I'm going to be coming back because it's time to get into the main topic of the day. That's right, the AFC West preview. I got it for y'all today. All right, so don't go nowhere if you're on fuel. Be right back. Yes, welcome back to Gridiron Nation, y'all. I am your host, Gabriel Garcia, back at it once again with episode 108 as we continue, man, on this very first episode of my, what do I call it, man? My NFL divisional preview. I don't know. My NFL divisional preview series. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. NFL divisional preview series. Yeah, and I'm going to be doing a division every single week. Y'all already know, man. I'll be breaking it down for you, giving you guys my predictions on how I think they will fare, how the divisions will play out in terms of the standings. But this year I'm going to be making a graphic, keeping track of all of it. Okay, so that way by the end of the season, I can go back and grade myself and see how I did in terms of predicting the NFL season this year. Okay, so y'all just ride with me, man. Thank you guys for riding with me this week. So let's get right into it, baby. Let me find my little graphic right here. Where am I going? There I am. Oh, by the way, real quick. No, I ain't going to get into that. Just real quick, man. Some quick NFL mandatory camp news. Now, also T. Higgins. I didn't put it on here, but T. Higgins, if y'all follow me on social media, then you saw it. And if you didn't react to it and you scroll by, then, you can kiss my ass because that means you ain't showing love to your boy. But I know who does, though. I know who does. So I'm just saying. But T. Higgins, he did sign his franchise tag, so he is now expected to report to training camp. And I think he's going to play on the tag. He's going to try and ball out, and he's going to be elsewhere next year. I think that's the way it's going to go down, man. I think they're going to draft somebody. So after this year for a wide receiver too. So, good luck to him. Good luck to T. Higgins. I think he should be a wide receiver one somewhere. I can't believe they didn't even try to trade him, but it's because they're trying to win a championship this year. The Bengals. I don't know if they're going to. I'll get to them when I get to the AFC North, excuse me. But so that went down. Also, Amari Cooper, Hassan Reddick, neither was at mandatory minicamp. Okay. And also, Aaron Rodgers was not there. And apparently, the Hassan Reddick was unexcused as well as the Aaron Rodgers one and the Amari Cooper also. But a lot of people are wondering if that's because he wants a new contract. I didn't see a lot on it, but that's likely the deal. Okay, that is likely what's going on there. He could be another Dallas situation where they're like, look, man, we just got to let you go because we're not going to have the money to sign you for what you want. So now we got to try and, create some cap room while we can. But at the same time, do you want to trade him? Because I expect the Browns to be a playoff contender again this year. Okay, so that's going to be an interesting thing to watch is the Amari Cooper situation based on how the Browns do this year. By the trade deadline, if they've totally underachieved, and with that defense, I don't expect them to, though. I think they'll keep them in games. But if that's the case to where they're almost out of the playoffs, you could be seeing Amari Cooper getting traded. But we'll see, man. That's all speculation. So now let's jump into the AFC West preview of the first division that I will be covering of the Gridiron Nation 2024 NFL Divisional Preview Series. Damn, that was long, wasn't it? I can't put that as the title of this episode, man. The last time I put like some long-ass title of the episode, like on Spotify, I had JP telling me, God damn, bro, what the hell? That was a long-ass week. You want us to read all of that? I don't even want to click on the damn episode anymore after reading that. No, he didn't say that, but he was clouding me about it, man. So I got to make sure I keep it, because I know the attention span of all y'all isn't very long. You know what I mean? When it comes to reading stuff like that for none of us. But let's get right into it, man. And I'm starting right at the top, baby. I am starting right at the top. Yeah, that's right. Kansas City Chiefs. I predict them to finish on top again. And I think this is a no-brainer. I think this is why I wanted to start with this division, because I think all of us are going to expect the Chiefs to take this division. And if you're not, you're either a fan of one of the other teams or you just hate the Chiefs that much that you cannot pick them when they logically are the favorite, and for good reason. They're looking at going 3 in a row. Could they be the first team to three-peat in the Super Bowl? It's very, very possible with this squad. Head coach Andy Reid, offensive coordinator Matt Nagy, and defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo, who had one of the top defenses in the league last year. They're going to be ready to run it back again, man. They finished 11-6, 4-2 in the division. Obviously, they finished on top of the division. And let me go over some of the key players that they lost. Okay, it all starts with cornerback L'Jarius Sneed. Had himself a stellar season last year. Okay, very, very good at the cornerback spot last year. It was a big reason that defense was so good last year. Okay, I'm not saying the only reason. He was a big reason for that. Okay, so that was a huge loss. Huge loss. Also, linebacker Willie Gay, another key piece of that defense last year, he is gone. Okay, they also lost safety Mike Edwards. And on the offensive side, Nick Algretti, who was actually, he's one of the reasons that their offensive line was actually pretty decent last year. Okay, so he plays guard. So those were their 4 big losses, the key losses, personnel-wise. Now, they were able to re-sign Chris Jones, which is one of the reasons that they could not keep all 4 of these guys. Chris Jones was taking a big, big, massive chunk of that payroll right now. So, but hey, you bring him back, I think that's all you need because that defense changes when he is on the field. When he's not there, it doesn't matter who's on the field. You know what I mean? It's not the same defense. Chris Jones is legit. Perhaps the best defensive tackle. Actually, he is the best defensive tackle in the game right now. With Aaron Donald retired now, Chris Jones is that dude. All right. So he'll be coming back. Now, let's look at some of the key players they added. Wide receiver Hollywood Brown, big. Especially because, Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice is likely going to see a suspension, multiple games. How many games? It's hard to tell. Could be a lot, like 6. Could be 4. Who knows? But he's going to get a suspension. So Hollywood Brown, that's speed right there. They add him. That's going to be big for Mahomes. It's going to be big. They also added safety Deion Bush, tight end Irv Smith Jr. That's going to be big as well. Everybody looks at the Chiefs and they're like, well, they don't use any other tight end than Kelsey. Yeah, that bull. If you watch their games, you see that they love to use their tight ends in different ways, man. All right. They also added linebacker Drew Tranquil, which is big because he'll be stepping in for Willie Gay. Okay, so that's big. I mean, and then I talked about the Rashee Rice thing. And I think this is why in the draft, they went and got Xavier Worthy out of University of Texas. Yes, that Xavier Worthy who broke the, what was it, the 40-yard dash record at the combine. And so between him and Hollywood Brown, you got 2 burners right there for Mahomes. Damn. We already saw what he was able to do with a burner with Tyreek Hill. Now he's got 2? Are y'all kidding me right now? They didn't have to go. They didn't have a lot of money to go out and spend, but they didn't have to. All right. So you bring in Hollywood Brown. You got Xavier Worthy, who I think will probably play a lot out of the slot. And then you still got Travis Kelce, best tight end in football. It's going to be big. It's going to be a big year for them once again. They had the number 11th ranked offensive line last year. After losing Allegretti, I don't know how much of a step back they're going to take. I think they'll still be okay. I mean, you got Patrick Mahomes there, y'all. You got Andy Reid. You got speed at wide receiver. Anything they lost on defense, I think the defense, the secondary is going to take a little bit of a step back without Snead there. But, I mean, what you added on offense is just going to kind of balance it out, in my opinion. So that's major right there. They also added tackle Kingsley Suamataya out of BYU. They drafted him. They went and got cornerback Kamal Hayden. Now, he's out of Tennessee. They're expecting to hopefully get something out of this guy in camp and see if he can be a player that can maybe turn some heads, maybe ultimately replace L'Jarius Sneed. I don't know. We got to wait to get into training camp for that, but that was a big move for them. And the defense, I talked about them being one of the better defenses in the league. Well, I mean, they were ranked number 2. People were sleeping on them all year. You would hear the talking heads on TV, and all those stupid little shows while they do argue back and forth. Nobody wanted to talk about the Chiefs defense. And you guys know, if you follow my show, last year faithfully, thank you very much, y'all. Y'all already understand how much I appreciate you guys. You guys know that I was talking about the Chiefs defense all year. Now, they were one of the better defenses, that they were elite. A lot of people didn't see them that way. They ended the season ranked number 2 overall. Okay, so that's big. That's big. I think they lost some in the secondary, but again, adding speed to the offense, weapons, and when Rashee Rice comes back, man, and then you still got Isaiah Pacheco running that ball. That offense is going to be fully loaded once again with Patrick Mahomes ready to run in and go out after a three-peat, man. And I do think that this is the team that is going to be the favorites in the AFC when it starts. Obviously, I know they won the Super Bowl, so y'all are like, no duh, stupid. Damn, you that fool. We didn't need you to tell us that, Gabe. I'm telling you anyways. All right, that these guys will be the favorites, and for good reason. And I think it's very possible that they repeat now. The AFC is very, very competitive, man. Very competitive. This division, though, is not going to be so much competitive for them as the rest of the conference will be. Okay? So, also for fantasy purposes, just real quick, if I'm going after anybody on this offense for fantasy reasons, it's going to be either Isaiah Pacheco. I'm looking at Patrick Mahomes, of course. I know Diggy. I know you're going to be drafting him first. Diggy will take him in the first round. We'll pick one. I think actually, Bobo, I think you had the first pick last year and you took Mahomes. Y'all are crazy, man. I never take a quarterback that high. That's just me, though. But do you. Also, of course, I think Hollywood Brown is going to be a guy that you want to watch now, okay, for fantasy. So, and of course, Travis Kelce, the top tight end in fantasy football. So that's how I got the outlook for the Kansas City Chiefs. Again, they are my pick to win this division. Are they my pick to win the AFC as a total? I don't know yet. I might do that this year before the season starts. I don't like to pick a Super Bowl winner or champion or conference winners before the season starts, man, because there's so many things that go on in the middle of the season. Then you have the playoffs, so I just don't like to do that. I don't. But let's keep moving on, y'all. I've got my second team. Y'all may call me a little biased because of the quarterback, but there you go. The LA Chargers, maybe. I got them winning this division, or not winning. I'm sorry, finishing second in this division, even though they finished 5-12 last year. Okay, even though Justin Herbert got hurt last year, that's one of the reasons. Okay, but even though they finished 5-12 and they lost their wide receiver 1 and 2, Mike Williams was hurt most of last year anyways. They lost their running back, Austin Eckler. I get that. Okay. But you still got Justin Herbert there, man. Okay. Oh, and by the way, you got an all-new coaching staff. So Staley's dumbass and his freaking antics are gone. The Kellen Moore experiment was an absolute failure. How the hell did Kellen Moore not shine with Justin Herbert? I don't get that, man. I don't know. Justin Herbert, though, 13 games started, finished 12 of them, 3,134 yards, man. My dude got hurt. It was like, yeah, all right, let's keep moving on. They were like, we just got to keep rolling on. And they did a little bit of a fire sale this offseason. Okay, I mentioned Keenan Allen being gone. Mike Williams gone. Keenan Allen's now in Chicago, where they're just loading up over there. Looking at a worst to first type of situation, maybe. We'll cover that division when I get there, though, the NFC North, because I got a little message today from from my boy Angel, reminding me not to sleep on the Lions. Can't stand those Lions, man. Their fans are pissing me off. I'm sorry. But we'll get there. We'll get there in a couple of weeks. But running back now, they don't have Eckler, but it's crazy because they went and got the 2 backs from both of the dudes who were playing with Baltimore. They brought in Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. I do think J.K. Dobbins should be the front runner to win this RB1 spot. But it's a good 1-2 punch. We saw it there in Baltimore. Okay, and these dudes were not the injuries, of course, for Dobbins, but we know the potential. Gus Edwards is going to be a solid RB2 there who will step in the RB1 spot if Dobbins gets hurt. Okay. Now the wide receiver position is the one that I'm really like, okay, this is the wild card. This is the unknown on the offensive side of the ball. Because you got Joshua Palmer. He's going to move up to either wide receiver 1 or 2. I like Palmer. I think he's got something there with Herbert. So I do think that Palmer's going to be solid. I'll actually, if he gets that wide receiver 1 spot, I will be targeting this dude in fantasy. Okay. Now the other one though, Quinn Johnston, man. He was my top guy, wide receiver anyways, coming into the draft last year. We saw him get open last year. We saw him breaking away, getting wide open. His issue was his hands, man. His hands. That can be coached. Okay. And you got John, you got Harbaugh there, Jim Harbaugh there to do it. So I think they're gonna fix this with him. And man, he's got an opportunity to do something now. To really shine. Young wide receiver, man. Only in his second year, you fix those hands, man. It happened. CeeDee Lamb had that same issue when he came into the league. Drops. Not a problem no more. That can be coached out of guys. And I think it'll get done with Quentin Johnson. So, but that wide receiver room is very, it's an unknown. Okay, so just buyer beware when it comes fantasy football time. I'm just saying, all right. They did add tight end Will Disley. So that's a good one right there. You got a veteran there who can catch the ball, and he can run block. I like that. I like that move a lot. But their offensive line, man, they underachieved last year. They really underachieved last year. They were ranked number 26 when the season ended. You've got talent there, man. They've all played together for a lot of snaps. You got Rashawn Slater coming back healthy. Big. Quite possibly, in my opinion, he is the best left tackle in the NFL. All right, so him coming back is big, obviously. Now, on an offense, it was ranked number 18 last year, but keep in mind, again, with Herbert gone, Mike, he was out. You have Mike Williams hurt for most of the season. So that played a big factor. Okay, so I just look at this offensive line, and I think when I got into the draft, I knew they needed somebody on that offensive line at right tackle, but I didn't think they were going to go with it at number 5. They did. They drafted Joe Alt out of Notre Dame. This dude is a stud. It was a great move for them. He's going to solidify that right spot. No problem. So their edges are covered, man. Their edges are covered. Now we'll see how their guard play does, but I expect the offensive line to be better this year. Okay, I do. Now, this is a team that I said Jim Harbaugh came in and he brought in a whole new staff. Offensive coordinator Greg Roman is now there. Defensive coordinator Jesse Minter. And what he's got with this defense, who was ranked number 28 last year, again, underachieving, completely underachieved in Staley's years, man. The amount of talent that has been on this defense, man, has been crazy. Crazy. And Staley kept refusing to give up the play calling, man. And finally, the Chargers said, fine, then you're giving up all the calling because your ass is out of here. And I thought that he should have been gone before the season started last year anyways, if you ask me. Okay. But other than what they got in the draft on the offensive side of the ball, another guy I forgot to mention was wide receiver Ladd McConkey out of Georgia. Going to be a great player out of the slot for Justin Herbert, man. Big weapon there. When you look at what they did on the other side of the ball, the defense, though, they pretty much kept everything intact. They got their edge rushers there. Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack both took a pay cut to stay there because it was either that or they were going to be traded. So a lot of people are like, oh, they took a pay cut, because that's what players do, man. That's a good teammate. No, it's because they didn't want to be traded to somewhere they didn't want to go. Okay, so that's the thing. They're both in contract years this year. Now, Khalil Mack, 17 sacks last year. All right, I think Joey Bosa had, 6 sacks in the 9 games that he did start. He only finished 8 games last year. All right, so Joey Bosa is an injury problem. He is injury prone. I'm calling it now. We're saying that. But they're deep there now. They went out and got Bud Dupree. That's big. That's big. Khalil Mack is going to be a monster again this year. I think he will be in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation, at least in the top 5, 6 guys, maybe when we get down the back quarter part of the season. Okay, but you still got the best safety in the game, in my opinion, Derwin James. He's still there. Will be causing ruckus. Then you still got a cornerback, Asante Samuel Jr. So they still got some players, y'all. The thing is, there's just so much unknown here from the coaching standpoint on the defensive side of the ball. Will they finally use the talent in the right way? And there's question marks at wide receiver. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see just how the Chargers do this year. But I got them finishing second in the AFC West. All right, so before I head to the final two teams, y'all, and close it out with my message, I'm going to hit one more break for those of you watching on the Fuel Network. And for those of you watching, thank you very much. I appreciate every single one of you. This is Gridiron Nation, y'all. I'm going to be right back, all right? Yeah, welcome back to Gridiron Nation 108. Yeah, I am your host, Gabriel, the Wicked One Garcia, y'all. Let's keep rolling on with my 2024, Gridiron Nation 2024. AFC. I'm going to get this. Hold on. Welcome back to Gridiron Nation podcast. And we continue on with our 2024 NFL Divisional Preview AFC West series. Yeah, something like that. I don't know, man. Let's keep rolling on, y'all. I go with my number 3 team. I am predicting the Las Vegas Raiders to finish number 3. And is this Minshew Nation now? Now, that's the thing with the Raiders right now, guys, is that there are some questions with the quarterback thing. Obviously, they weren't able to get a quarterback that they wanted in the draft. Okay, they were just all gone. So they weren't able to get their franchise guy to try to build off of, hoping that their next guy, they're going to have to wait till next year. So what do? Aiden O'Connell's not the answer. So what do? You go out and you get Gardner Minshew. He's a good placeholder. It's the same thing, that the Colts did. Okay, he actually had them there. They're fighting for the playoffs and everything, man. Gardner Minshew is a guy who's going to make plays for you. You know what I mean? He can get the ball downfield. He can move around the pocket. He's also going to make some mistakes, okay? But I still believe he is the best backup quarterback in the NFL, okay? But now I think he's got an opportunity to be the starter this year, and that's okay. You use this dude as your placeholder for 1 year. See how it goes. You never know. It's a very unknown team. They finished 8-9 last year. Okay, their offense was ranked number 27 overall. They were number 23 in pass, number 30 in the rush. Just not a very good offense at all. Even though they got talent there. Okay, they got talent. They did go and sign undrafted free agent Carter Bradley at quarterback from South Alabama. Likely going to be a practice body. But at running back, no more Josh Jacobs. So that is big. That's the big loss for the Raiders in this offseason is Josh Jacobs. Okay, they do have Zamir White, who was looking pretty good last year. And they signed Alexander Madison, who was a complete disappointment in Minnesota when he was given the opportunity and given the keys to the Porsche and lead that run game. Couldn't get it done. Can he bounce back this year? He's going to have an opportunity. All right? He is going to have an opportunity, especially in camp, to try and take that RB1 spot from Zamir White. So that's going to be interesting to watch. Also, you got wide receiver Devontae Adams, who is going to be one of my fantasy football factors. Okay? He had over 1,100 yards last year, 1,144 yards, 8 touchdowns. And on the other side, Jacoby Myers kind of I don't want to say quietly because people knew he had a good year last year, which was a big surprise. Okay, 807 yards, 8 touchdowns. And then they went and added Michael Gallup, my dude. Oh, that hurts. Michael Gallup. For a long time was among my favorite Cowboys, the offensive side of the ball. Now he is with the Raiders. I'm happy for him. I really am. He's on a 1-year deal. He's got an opportunity to earn himself another deal. But it's going to be interesting because I really think Gardner Minshew can use these weapons. I do. Okay, but they also went and drafted themselves a very high-profile weapon. Okay, tight end Brock Bowers out of Georgia. Gardner Minshew's going to have some toys to play with, y'all. Okay, and this offensive line is one of the best offensive lines in football. They ended the season ranked number 6 last year. So the questions are at quarterback. I do not want to say that these guys cannot finish above the Chargers, even though I picked the Chargers, because the Raiders were just, if Minshew can get hold of this offense this year, they could finish higher than the Chargers. It's very possible. They have a lot of, with the offensive line. The question marks are going to be at quarterback, obviously, and running back. Okay, I'm not convinced that Zamir White and Alexander Madison can be a legit threat at running back, but we'll see. That's why they play the games. You know what I'm saying? Defensively, though, let's look at what they did last year. Number 15 overall. Not bad. About middle of the pack. All right. They were number 12 versus the pass, number 21 versus the run. Obviously, they needed to get better in this offseason in the run. So what they go and do? They went and added Christian Wilkins, defensive tackle from Miami. That was big. That was big. So that's how you kind of try to fix that whole run defense thing. They also added cornerback Jack Jones from the Patriots. Big one right there. And they added, they went and drafted, I hope I get the name right, Dickamarion Richardson out of Mississippi State. And this is another guy, another one of those rookies this year that at cornerback, the teams are like, well, maybe this dude can do something. You know, when you look at guys like Trayvon Diggs, who there was like 3 or 4 cornerbacks taken before him. You look at Bland, who wasn't one of those guys taken in the first couple rounds. Look at what he's doing now. So you look at guys like Richardson, you could think maybe it's possible this guy could turn into something. You know what I mean? They also went in. I talked about their offensive line, y'all. They just got better. Okay, in my opinion, this is a guy I talked about all, before the draft, because as a Cowboys fan, I wanted him, which was Jackson Powers Johnson. Plays guard and center. Played for Oregon, and Raiders got him. They got themselves a good one, and he's versatile. So it just made that front line even better. That's the thing, man. You're going to have Minshew. Minshew's problem is he tends to turn the ball over, but I'll take him over Aiden O'Connell starting any day. Okay, so it's going to be big, man. It's going to be big. As long as you got Devontae Adams there, man, just close your eyes and throw it up for him, all right? You know what I'm saying? He's out there somewhere. Okay, so overall, placeholder quarterback. See, maybe he can get him in the wild card hunt. Who knows? Defense has talent, but I still don't think it's enough. I still think they're going to struggle on defense. Obviously not in that front line, man. Max Crosby's going to cause a lot of problems up there. Okay, but again, offensively, it's going to come down to the running back and the quarterbacks. We'll see. But I have them finishing third in the AFC West. And then we go to those lowly Denver Broncos, who, yes, they are in rebuild mode. And we all saw this coming, so I won't linger on them. Head coach Sean Payton. He's got offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi and defensive coordinator Vance Joseph. They will be trying to just salvage something. I mean, they lost so much, guys. They had to. They did not have the money to keep any of these guys that they had. So a lot of guys left, and they had to release some guys. And then, of course, we know the Russell Wilson thing, all that dead cap. But they weren't able to replace everything they lost. But what they were able to do was go and draft their quarterback. They got Bo Nix. Bo Nix is their dude, man. He's out of Oregon. He's the guy that they're hoping could come on. He's likely going to be a day one starter. Why not? Who are you going to start? Jarrett Stidham? Why? Bo Nix is a guy, 24 years old, that you're going to be like, you know what? Get out there and let's see what you can do. Okay? Take your lumps. That's the way it's going to be for him. He's got a good running back with Javonte Williams, who I'll be targeting in fantasy again this year. Okay? And wide receivers, though, man, there's no more Jerry Jeudy. I don't know why people still talk like this dude's going to be elite. Like I'm sorry. Jerry Jeudy is not that great of a wide receiver. Sure that there was the talent there, but he gets injured. Okay? We have not seen even close to what everybody was hyping up coming out of college this many years into his career. So that's not a big loss for them, in my opinion. Right? They still have Cortland Sutton, who's been their best receiver over the last couple seasons. He's there. Tim Patrick will be coming back healthy. Man, I hope he could stay healthy this year, man. I hope he can. They still have Marvin Mims Jr. coming into his second year. And then you got Josh Reynolds, who they signed away from the Lions. So not bad. Okay, not a bad wide receiver group for Bo Nix. Nobody elite, but it's still a pretty decent group, in my opinion, especially if you've got your run game going with Javonte Williams, and I believe Samaje Perine is going to be RB2. Now, their defense was ranked number 29 last year. Okay, far cry from what we saw a couple years ago, man, where they were just so dominant. Okay, they were number 22 versus the pass. Nobody was throwing on Surtain, but they didn't have to because they were getting everything on the other side. They were number 30 versus the run. Talked about Patrick Surtain the second. He will be coming back, anchoring that defense. Okay, and you've got linebackers Cody Barton, okay, Baron Brownie, Alex Singleton, all coming back. They added rookie Jonah Alice out of Utah. So their linebacking group, I actually love their linebacking group. I think they have a really, really good core in that linebacking group, man. One of the biggest losses to that defense, though, are one of the best safeties in the game, Justin Simmons. He's gone. They couldn't keep him. So with so much dead cap, I just feel the Broncos, they lost too much talent to replace. They got their QB now, but this is a rebuilding year, guys. So if you're a Broncos fan, Nick, Primo, I know you probably don't expect them to do much, but that when your team does not, when they do perform better than what you expect, that could be a good year for you. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know how many games I expect them to win. I wish I had time to pull up everybody's schedule and give you all that, but I don't. Okay, and I ain't got no more time to linger on the Broncos because it's almost time for me to get up out of here. So to break it down for y'all, a Gridiron Nation podcast prediction for the AFC West in 2024. I have the Chiefs finishing in first place, the Chargers finishing in second, the Raiders finishing in third. Would not surprise me if they leapfrog the Chargers there. And the Broncos finishing in fourth. Lock it in. That's how I got it, baby. So if y'all got any questions or any comments or something you want to talk about, email me, gridironnationpodcast@gmail.com. All right, do not forget, Gridiron Nation comes at you every Tuesday evening, sometimes Wednesday. All right, but I always come with it every week, y'all. If something's going on, I put it out there if I can't do a show, but I'm pretty consistent with it, all right? All right, and don't forget, my new show, Off the Grid with Gabe Garcia, is available on YouTube and all audio streaming platforms. Y'all, please go on and subscribe and share it and watch it and like it and listen to it and, get the notifications on Spotify and all that, y'all. Please help your boy out, man. I got my new episode up with Young MC. Y'all go on and check it out. If you're a songwriter or an old hip-hop head, you're going to appreciate this episode, all right? So it is time for me to get up out of here, guys. But before I do, you already know what time it is. It's time to hit you with a message, man. And it's pretty simple because I was talking about the fathers, all right, for Father's Day. That's why I got this one. By the way, y'all like my Father's Day gift, man. Baby girl hit me with my lady hit me with a nice throwback of the D-back. She also got me that. If y'all follow me on social media, I posted that Cowboys hat I got with the American flag. I wore it yesterday, but it's going put away now until 4th of July. And she also got me another nice Cowboys hat, man. But I said, you know what? I'm going to throw this one on for today's show, man. Show some love to my D-backs. But Father's Day, man, made me really think about this. And I said, you know what? The message I'm taking this week to y'all. Take a minute to appreciate yourself, guys. Sometimes we're like, man, maybe we don't feel appreciated, okay? Sometimes we need to hear it, but sometimes, too, we get down on ourselves. And those are certain moments that you really need to say, hold up. Let me stop what I'm doing there, kind of coming down on myself. And look at what you do got going on, man. Look at the good things you're doing. So you're like, man, you know what? I am pretty damn good at my job. Man, you know what? I am a pretty damn good dad. I am a pretty good husband. Not perfect in any of those aspects, but I'm pretty damn good at it. Maybe you're good at something you do as a hobby. You're good at music. You're good at writing. You're good at, podcasting, something. We always got stuff going on. Maybe you're good at with cars. Or just different things, man. You're good with another trade, electrics, or just whatever. You guys can hear what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is, when you have those times where you're feeling down on yourself, just take a minute to appreciate yourself, man. And say, no, you know what? I may not be perfect. I may not always have the right thing to say, or know the right thing to do. But for what I do, I'm pretty damn good at it, man. Appreciate yourself a little bit, y'all. There's nothing wrong with that, bro. I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with that. If you just roll through life hating yourself all the time, or just never taking the time to appreciate how good you are at certain things, then you'll never see it in yourself. You know what I mean? And you need to feel that about yourself, man. Because if you cannot appreciate yourself, you can't appreciate anybody else. Let's be real. And you can't expect anyone else to either. Okay? So just take that with you guys. Find your place of Zen this week and you stay there. And I want you guys to find something to appreciate about yourself this week. All right? Because I know I appreciate every single one of you. And I know I'm like, you know what? I'm pretty good at this podcasting thing. Maybe I'll do it a little bit longer. You know, I'm appreciating myself for that. All right. And I appreciate anytime any of you hit me up with your feedback, man. So y'all don't forget, again, you're seeing it. If you're watching on YouTube, you got all my socials there on the bottom. Instagram at @GGarcia_gridiron. Okay. I'm only go through them once. On X, my Twitter handle is @1 Gridiron Nation. On Facebook, it's @Gridiron Nation and the number 1. Find me on TikTok at Garcia.grid. Hit me up on YouTube on Gridiron Nation podcast channel or the Off the Grid with Gabriel Garcia channel. All right. Find me, follow me, show some appreciation to your boy, and I'll show the appreciation right back. Y'all take a minute to appreciate yourselves this week. And, you know, no matter what life's going to throw at y'all this week, you guys always know I'm going to tell you, man, that you got to evolve to it, man. You cannot let it always beat you down and keep you down. It's going to beat you down. I'll say that. It's going to beat you down. But don't stay down. Hell no. You got breath in your lungs. You know what I mean? You got movement in your body. You get your ass up. You look at life and you say, let's go again. Round 2, baby. Round 3, round 4, 5, many rounds as it takes, because you ain't going to stay down. Okay? You're going to adapt to it. You're going to flow right around it. You know what I mean? Like water. Because in the words of the great Bruce Lee, yeah, that's right. You guys already know what I'm going to say. So say it with me out there. Yeah, words of the great Bruce Lee, y'all. All you got to do is be water, my friends. Flow right around that problem. And I promise you, man, you'll get right through it. I am out, familia. I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side next week, man. Gridiron Nation podcast, Gridiron Nation show on Fuel. Thank you very much for watching. This is episode 108. Next week, I'm going to be hitting y'all with episode 109, and we'll be talking the AFC South next week, y'all. I'm going to give you my predictions on that. Talk about those Texans. Oh, it's going down, baby. This is Gridiron Nation, y'all. I am Gabriel Garcia. I'm going to catch you guys next week, baby. All right? Find your place of Zen and stay there. It's all one love. Peace.
Boys lyrically blessed, eating all my competition for dinner, cause I'm a winner. Sometimes my heart is sick, but inside lurking a sinner. Better come with a plan, I got my fans in the stands. If you don't know, well, they gon' tell you Wicked One is the man. Who gonna let them know the power coming?